Matthew 18:1 through 35. At the same time came the disciples unto Jesus, saying, Who is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven? And Jesus called a little child unto him, and set him in the midst of them, and saith, Verily I say unto you, except ye be converted, and become as little children, ye shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven. Whosoever therefore shall humble himself as this little child, the same is greatest in the kingdom of heaven. And whoso shall receive one such little child in thy name receiveth me. But whoso shall offend one of these little ones which believeth in me, it were be better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck, and that he were drowned in the depths of the sea. Woe unto the world because of offenses, for it must needs be that offenses come, but woe to that man by whom the offenses cometh. Wherefore, if thy hand or thy foot offend thee, cut them off, cast them from thee. It is better for thee to enter into life how or maimed, rather than having two hands or two feet be cast into everlasting fire. If thy eye offend thee, pluck it out, cast it from thee. It is better for thee to enter into life with one eye, rather than having two eyes to be cast into hell fire. Take heed that ye despise not one of these little ones, for I say unto you, that in heaven their angels do always behold the face of thy Father which is in heaven. For the Son of Man is come to save that which was lost. How think ye, if a man have 100 sheep, and one of them be gone astray, doeth he not leave the 99, and goeth into the mountains, and seeketh that which is gone astray? And if so be that he find it, verily I say unto you, he rejoiced more of that sheep than of the 99 which went not astray. Even so, it is not of the will of your Father which is in heaven that one of these little ones should perish. Moreover, thy brother shall trespass against thee. Go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone. And if he shall hear thee, thou hast gained thy brother. But if he will not hear thee, then take thee one or two others, then in the mouth of two or three witnesses every word may be established. And if he shall neglect to hear them, tell it to the church. And if he neglected to hear the church, let him be unto thee as a heathen man and a publican. Verily I say unto you, whosoever ye shall bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, whatsoever ye shall loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven. Again I say unto you, that if two of you shall agree on earth as touching anything that they shall ask, it shall be done for them of my Father which is in heaven. For where two or three are gathered together in my name, here I am in the midst of them. Then came Peter to him and said, Lord, how oft shall thy brothers sin against me, and I forgive them? Till 7 times? Jesus said unto him, I say not to thee until 7 times, but until 70 times 7. Therefore is the kingdom of heaven likened unto a certain king, which would take account of his servants. And when he had begun to reckon, one was brought unto him, which owed him 10,000 talents. But forasmuch as he had not to pay, his Lord commanded him to be sold, and his wife and children, and all that he had in payment were to be made. The servant therefore fell down and worshipped him, saying, Lord, have patience with me, I will pay thee all. And the Lord of the servant was moved with compassion, and loosed him, and forgave him the debt. And but the same servant went out, found one of his fellow servants, which owed him 100 pence, and he laid hands on him, took him by the throat, and said, Pay me that thou owest. And his fellow servant fell down at his feet, besought him, saying, Have patience on me, I will pay thee. And he would not, but went and cast him into prison till he should pay the debt. So when his fellow servants saw what was done, they were very sorry, and came and told unto their Lord all that was done. Then his Lord, after that he had called him, and said unto him, O thou wicked servant, I forgave thee of all thy debt, because thou desirest me. Shouldst not thou have had compassion on thy fellow servant, even as I have pity on thee? And his Lord was wroth, and delivered him to the tormentors, till he shall pay all that was due unto him. So likewise shall my heavenly Father do also unto you, if ye from your hearts forgive not every one of his brothers their trespasses.